Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the story behind a single source. And today, we are digging into the Amazon product page for a super popular and, yeah, pretty pricey cooler, the Stanley Madeleine backpack.
Okay, let's just get right to it. The big question hanging over this whole thing, it's a cooler backpack for $170. So what in the world are you actually getting for that price? That's the question we're going to try to answer today.
So, let's do this. We're going to peel back the layers of this product page one by one. First, we'll look at what Stanley, the company, is telling you. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty numbers. And finally, my favorite part, we're going to see what hundreds of people who actually bought it have to say. All right, first things first. Section 1, the manufacturer's promise. Let's see what Stanley is actually claiming this thing can do.
Okay, so what's the promise here? Well, it's not just it keeps your drinks cold. No. They're talking about recycled polyester, which is great. It holds up to 20 cans. That's a lot. You've got a discreet little zipper pocket for your valuables, stretch mesh pockets on the side. It's even got a leak-resistant liner and this fancy winged bear snap lock closure. They're really trying to sell you a whole premium, feature-packed experience.
But this is where it gets really interesting. They throw in this bonus travel tip. They literally tell you, hey, pack your clothes in this thing and use it as a carry-on. So right there, they're framing it not just as a cooler, but as this dual-purpose travel bag. And you can bet that's a huge part of how they justify that price tag.
And of course, it's all backed by that classic Stanley promise, right? Built for life. They've been saying this since 1913. That lifetime warranty, it's not just a little bonus feature. It's them telling you this isn't just a cooler. It's a piece of gear, an investment that you're going to have forever.
Okay, so that's the story they're telling. Let's move on to section 2. Let's strip away all that marketing talk and look at the cold, hard numbers. What are the actual specs of this thing?
All right, here are the vitals. Capacity is 14.8 quarts, so just under 15. The weight, only 2 pounds when it's empty, which, you gotta admit, is pretty darn light for its size. And look at those dimensions. You can see they're basically perfect for a carry-on, which again, really hammers home that travel idea.
Now, to give you a better sense of that capacity, Stanley has a favorite number they love to use, and that number is 20. You see it everywhere on the page. It's designed to hold 20, count them, 20 standard 12-ounce cans, which, is a pretty good haul for a day trip.
And that brings us back to the number that started this whole thing, $170. So, okay, we've got the manufacturer's promise, we've got the specs. Now, does the reality actually match up? And that brings us to section 3, the unfiltered customer verdict. We've heard from Stanley, we've seen the numbers. Now for what I think is the most important part, the unfiltered thoughts from the 392 people who actually spent their money on this.
And whoa, the overall picture is really, really positive. I mean, look at this. A whopping 88% of reviewers gave it a perfect 5-star rating. You throw in the 4-star reviews, and you're talking about 95% of customers being happy with this thing. That's a seriously strong signal.
So what are people actually talking about in those reviews? Amazon's AI gives us this super interesting breakdown. The top themes? No surprise here. Quality, portability, temperature retention, all the stuff you'd hope for. But then, look at that last one, zipper quality. It's mentioned enough to be a major theme, and that kind of hints that not everyone agrees on it. And yep, here it is, the great zipper debate. This is fascinating. The feedback is split exactly 50-50. For every person saying zippers work well, there's someone else saying they're hard to open and close. It's like the one little crack in an otherwise flawless reputation.
So besides the zipper drama, what are people loving? Well, remember that whole use it as a carry-on idea? Turns out it wasn't just marketing speak. People are actually doing it. This reviewer, Jill, says it's her new go-to cooler/carry-on for vacations. So that key selling point really landed with customers.
And it's not just for flying. Other top reviews are all about its versatility. People are using it for everything. Beach days, hikes, golf trips, road trips, you name it. It seems to be a real chameleon of a cooler, which, again, goes a long way towards explaining that premium do-it-all price. Okay, section 4, your final takeaway. We've looked at the marketing, the specs, and the real-world reviews. So, let's synthesize all this. What's the final verdict here? When you boil it all down, it seems like you need to ask yourself 3 simple questions. Number 1, is that dual-use carry-on feature really worth the high price for you personally? 2, how much do you care about a perfectly smooth zipper?
Is a stiff one a deal breaker? And 3, are you actually going to use this for all those different things? Hikes, beach days, travel. Do you need that versatility?
In the end, this product page tells a pretty clear story. It shows that people are absolutely willing to pay a premium price, and even overlook a noticeable quirk like the zipper if they're getting quality, versatility, and a brand they trust. Stanley says it's built for life. But based on everything we've seen, the real question is it built for your life?